wherein we successfully filed or successfully took the company for listing, and it got listed on the main index on November 30th, 2023. Number one. Currently, we and our team, under the leadership and guidance of Raghu sir, we are working for Ashirwad Microfinance Limited. So that is a subsidiary of Manappuram Group. Thirdly, we are also working on an IP assignment for IFMR, which is Northern Arc now. Okay, so they are also they have filed the DRHP, and we are waiting for the clearance from SEBI. And in fact, Ashirwad Microfinance, they have very recently got clearance on the DRHP, and we are in the process of taking the client for filing RHP, okay, which is the second step or second phase in the engagement. And and for Northern Arc, this is currently due from SEBI, and we are hoping that it will come anytime soon, and we can go for the second phase there. Okay. So that is a very brief. On to describe what work we do, we basically assist them to build their prospectus. Okay, in a way, in a layman term, we help them to build their prospectus, which is a generally which is a 450 pager document. So we assist them to prepare all the sections that gets into the prospectus, prepare their restated financial statement, assist the bankers with that, assist auditors, okay, to successfully complete stat audit of those RFS and the prospectus. So that is our core expertise. On the risk management front also, as I said, we work on structuring their liquidity policies, and also coming up with a framework, that provisioning norms these days. Even provisioning are based on estimates for them. And lastly, trainings. Okay, trainings also a very critical part. Raghu sir, if you see from his domain, he works with multiple banks and NBFCs to train them on these aspects, and also on the accounting standard, on how you can structure your financial statement, how you should build your financial statement from time to time. So that is also an area that we cater to. So with this, I stop here, and I request Raghu sir to take the next discussion forward, sir. Sir, you are on mute, sir. You are
Thank
on
you,
mute.
Mithul. And let me carry forward what Mithul said. Mithul highlighted the three IPOs that we have been very closely working in the recent past. On an ongoing basis, we help our clients, which include people like HDFC Limited, Mahindra Finance, Larsen and Toubro Finance, Aditya Birla Finance, Chola, IFMR, Five Star, Dwara, Ashirwad, Manappuram, Muthoot. So we deal with a whole host of NBFCs on a regular operating basis. We help them with ECL, that is expected credit loss computations from time to time, modeling the PD, modeling the LGD. In particular, we help them with macroeconomic modeling, which very few people do in India, because we need to regress the PD data with macroeconomics as to, whether their PDs are most related to GDP or maybe interest rate, etc. We help clients in doing that. Then we help them with ICAP policy, because as per the Reserve Bank, there are tons of regulations that they have to follow. So they need to formulate an ICAP policy, both in terms of the documentation as well as the sensitivities mathematically. So we help them in that entire ICAP policy formulation as well as implementation. Sometimes we make presentations to the board on what exactly is required, because boards also need to be, educated. I myself do tons of training in this area. In particular, I work with CRISIL, and as part of CRISIL, I have trained many people from the RBI itself, right from director level at the RBI to managers to inspectors, as well as people from institutions like NABARD, SIDBI, apart from, of course, private sector institutions, which anyway keep coming all the time. So we do training. And finally, any hedging, derivatives, valuation of derivatives, hedging, hedge effectiveness, hedge advisory is our next area of strength. We value more than 10 trillion rupees of derivatives every year for all these large corporations, and many of them are from the NBFC industry, because the NBFC industry uses a lot of ECBs, and therefore they try to get funding at lower rates using, let us say, a Japanese yen ECB or a dollar ECB, etc. So then we need to, do all these derivative valuations as well as hedge documentation and hedge effectiveness studies. So these are our major areas of operational work, sir.
Great. I think it's you are in the field of financial what do you call it, financial services for a long time, I believe. I didn't get the name of the firm. What is it?
So mine, sorry, Mithil, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, sir, basically we operate under the name of Arham Advantage Private Limited. It's a
What is that?
management. We have
Har?
Arham Advantage Private Limited, sir. So it's a management consultancy company, okay, that we operate out of.
And since how long it is there?
Sir, it is there since last 5 years, and in fact, I and another partner of our company, Mr. Nitin Jain, is also available on the call. We come from, in fact, I come from PwC and EY. I have worked with these big four for 9 years, 9 long years, and Nitin has worked with KPMG for same nine plus years. And we came out of those big fours and we started this consultancy company. Raghu sir, with his blessing, he guides us from time to time on all these engagements.
Okay. Basically, you are into financial financial structuring and IPO support.
Advisory, yes, sir.
Advisory support. Good.
Yeah. Raghu sir is a veteran in the field and he's there since 35 plus years. And he was the front runners when the derivative as a concept came to India.
Yeah.
And he operates out of Mumbai. So he operates under the banner of Raghu Iyer Associates, and we operate under the banner of Aram Advantage Private Limited.
Right.
Because
So basically,
if you see the world of NBFCs and bank, from time to time they also need assurance services, which in India, as you are aware, the ICI wants a CA firm to run it, and the advisory aspects we take it from the private limited company. So that's a strategic move together we have established, and we have created. And also, if you see in terms of registering with associations, ICI has some limitation for a CA firm. So that's the idea, sir.
Since you are already in touch with many of the MFIs and NBFCs, I think you may not require any introduction because you are already well known, because these are all the information easily get passed on from one person to other, and especially when they are in need of something like raising funds through IPO or getting funds from the market. I'm sure they would be looking for institutions like you, and you would be. But we will be definitely having keep you in our list of resource institutions and support institutions. And whenever there is a need, we can definitely fall back on you and try to get your support.
I mean, I do have a couple of questions. A first question is like, if this Arham, is it somehow related with Jainism?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is related.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It
Okay.
is related.
One thing that how long does it take to, from feeling to your getting this IPO, getting into the market? How long does it take generally?
So generally it takes, and in terms of month, it would take around 9 to 10 months, sir. Because the first 3 to 4 months you build your team and you kind of structure your DRHP. That's a long route, okay. And let's say 3 months is the minimum time that SEBI takes, okay, generally as per their statute. And let's say if that piece also gets covered in the 3 months, so 3 months of DRHP, 3 months of approval from SEBI, then another 3 months for you to file the red herring prospectus, making the advertisement public, okay, to the public, and coming up with the final listing. So generally it takes 9 to 10 months on an average, if everything is on the fast track. But let me just highlight, for example, FedFina. We have worked on this engagement for 2 long years, okay, because that point of time, in the first phase, when they wanted to go for an IPO, the market, so after they filed the DRHP in 2021, okay, the market was not so good, okay. So they again pulled back their papers, and then again they started getting into this on in 2023. So that was the second time. So all this time along, we were working with them on the IPO side. So it took them 2 years, and there are experiences where it also goes beyond 2 years. But if everything is on fast track, generally that's the time or tenure that it takes to for you to go to
Nine
listing.
to 10 months.
Yes, sir, on the main board. Okay,
Uh,
on the main board.
Okay. And so one thing I also, I mean, need to understand that what kind of portfolio is going for this IPO? I mean, how, like microfinance, it starts from the scratch, from 10 crore, 5 crore, 2 crore, and it goes up to like 5,000 crore. And so, what kind of institutions, what kind of portfolio you are seeing that they are looking forward for your IPO? Is there any idea of yours how
Um,
big these institutions like the portfolios are, uh, and
sir,
what's the and why do they want to go for IPO? Is it only for raising money or something else as well? I'm just trying to get some insights from you and your end as what Mr. Mohammed was telling, that definitely you would be the resource person for us. Like, I mean, we don't want to work with exclusivity, but definitely you have a fast mover advantage possibly. But I would also like to understand this one.
Raghu sir, you would like to take this?
Now go ahead, Mithu. I think you
Okay.
are.
Okay. So, sir, on the field, our first experience is that there are the mindset. Okay. Now, in terms of portfolio, there are no restrictions. If you see, if I just highlight these two experiences of FedFina and Northern Arc, they are into diverse
Mm,
portfolios.
mm,
So portfolio is not at all a challenge. And whereas if you see Muthoot Microfin, Bellstar, we also approached those companies. Okay, Bellstar, Ashirvad, they have a portfolio centric operation wherein they specifically deal or only on the microfinance. Okay, and on the microfinance, if you see for Ashirvad specifically, I'm being with this group from last 8 long years. Okay, starting from 2017 till today, we are working together. And so, sir, in terms of if I just sum up this part, okay, we see NBFCs with diverse portfolio also. So there are
Hard and
no
fast rule.
portfolio centric. Yeah, exactly. There is no hard and fast rule as to which portfolio should be shortlisted for you to take it to the IPO. It is
It's more a
the
confidence, I feel.
it's
It's
the
a more of a
confidence and how well you have structured your company and the numbers. Okay, how well you have structured your business, the plan that the manager would like to. Yes, of course, raising funds, definitely that's the important piece, because you get accessibility to fund, but also promoting companies to the global players is something at this point of time people look at. So they get to see when you go to the main board, they get to see good investors, good PE funds supporting them in this journey, and with which they can also promote their brand on a global market.
basically the systems and process should be pakka because
Correct.
it is under scrutiny of the public.
mm.
The public.
So one has to be very confident. That's what I said. It's more a confidence of the promoters. They approach the market, and if they are sure that things are all fine at their level, then things they normally go into the market.
And also, how big a portfolio are you seeing going for this one, this IPO?
Sorry, sir, I did get this question.
I'm asking about the portfolio, the quantity of the portfolio, the quantum of the portfolio, how big these institutions are, which are approaching you basically for going to IPO.
So we are currently now let me just break this into two pieces. Okay, one where we
Mm,
have worked and where we are, and secondly where we are evaluating deals at the moment. Okay, so
mm.
where we have worked, their portfolio ranges from 7,000 to 8,000 crores AUM, and
Okay.
if you just see Ashirvad, if I just tell you, and now these numbers are public, so it is around 10 to 12,000 crores. Sir. Okay, so
Yeah.
that is the piece, and same goes with Northern Arc and also FedFina, almost on the same way. But where we
Even
are,
Muthoot also it was similar to that.
yes sir, yes sir, 7,000 crores ke aju baju, around that
Mm.
piece. But where we are currently evaluating, we are also seeing there are players who have a portfolio of 600 crores, 700 crores, but they are evaluating on the SME index. Okay, okay, should
Mm.
we get into the SME index there? the size smaller to the main index works. The requirement of capital is also limited, okay, and they get visibility, which is what the purpose of getting you listed does. So we are evaluating that piece also, sir.
Okay.
Great. So
Okay.
if you allow
So
me, I'll just log off. You continue your discussion, Saibal. I'll just have a little work to do.
yeah.
Just log
Memon,
off now.
sir, yeah,
But
no
then,
problem.
as I said, it was always good to hear
Mm.
something new. These are certain things which are
Mm.
new to you. And
Yes.
financial market and financial derivatives, structuring, these are all things which are of little complex in nature, but it's a very interesting
Interesting.
area, I feel.
Yeah.
It's very
Very
interesting.
interesting.
So we will definitely look forward for some support from your
Mm.
side. Especially we have conferences, we have regional meets, we have national conference. All those things are there. So maybe some of your expertise can be made use of in some form or other. We look forward for that. So thank you.
Yes,
Have a good
definitely.
day. Please continue
Memon,
your
sir,
discussion. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Memon, sir, thank you so much for your time, sir. Pleasure to meet you and have this
And
discussion.
definitely, we'll meet personally also whenever you are in Delhi. Let me know.
Pakka, sir, pakka. Yes,
Okay. Thank
thank
you.
you for your time.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Thank
Raghu
you.
sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank
Have a
you.
nice. Have a
Simon, please continue. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. No, no, it's fine. It's fine. I won't also take much time. You're telling that above 500 crore, 5,000 crore, they are basically very confident to go for IPO, right? If I am, because many of these are institutions, they are looking forward for IPO. So I am also thinking that, uh, they talk about IPO, they talk about going to, they talk about other things, but many times they possibly uh, do not understand a lot of things in and around IPO. They want to go for it. Somebody has suggested, or their financial advisors they have structured. But as a CEO, they need to, or the people, senior people, they also need to understand this kind of thing. So I am also thinking that how to help them. That's my when we made that clicked in my mind that how we can help them, and like you can be a resource person for them.
So,
This
Nitin, you
is
would like
one
to
thing.
take this
So
question?
Yeah, it will be a pleasure, sir. We can certainly, with our experience, help them on what are the various, challenges they will face as they go into an
mm,
IPO. So normally in my
mm,
clientele, what I do is I try to create a IPO ready kind of company, which takes
mm,
1 to 3 years, depending on the size
mm.
where we are. How
Agree,
to
agree,
become
agree.
how to become IPO ready? One is the financial, second is the governance, third is the organizational structure, fourth is the openness to transparency. There are lots of issues which we need to educate them, right from
Mm,
a mindset to a technical skill kind of situation, right from promoters to operating managers. So I'm sure
mm,
that we can add a lot of value with our experience and with our, practical approach to the issues that they are likely to face. So we could even do
mm.
a webinar or a training program or an
Exactly,
awareness conference, etc. We can get 10
exactly.
NBFCs together and tell them, look, these are the various issues that you will find. Some people,
Mm,
they are focused only on pricing. What is the price I will get on my equity share? But that is only one
mm,
issue. It is like
mm,
eating only sweets, you have to eat a whole balanced meal. So we
mm.
have to look at other issues also. We can certainly bring out a lot of nuances which will add value to them.
Okay,
Certainly.
that's what also in my mind that if I can organize, Sangeeta is also here. She is so. I mean, both of us we are working for the capacity building. So to introduce ourselves, we are the team who are basically developing the industry. So our department is called Policy, Membership Development, and Industry Development. So our forte is to develop the industry. So in that, there a major portion is policy. You know that beyond NBFCs, there are many things to be dealing with. So this
Yes.
is one segment. So policy is one of our major work. Second work is capacity building of the institution. Because now and then, eventually, if you think that capacity building is like for their structure, for their this process, for their products. No, even capacity building for your policy ratification is the important thing. So now and then we are getting some instructions from Reserve Bank of India, from your ministry. We also develop the capacity on them. Many of them they cannot understand. Many of them they're unable to understand that what exactly the your regulators or the government they're trying to put forward. So even we do that one for our neighbors. So there are many things we do, and the third one is building up the liaison with different institutions, with government, like others. One of the major things what we do that we also work very closely with the partners and
Okay.
take them to the next level. Like how like if you are our member or partner, then what we do during the conversation with your the policymakers, we take your help. Sometimes we take these our members also to talk to them. This is the leap we give, and this is the scope we build up together. Because nowadays it is a really misnomer to tell that I work for this and it is the impact of my work. It doesn't work. Everybody needs to work together. Then only it has some impact. So these are the three things we generally do. One of the things that definitely what Raghu was telling that we'll be looking forward for a webinar on this IPO. So if you help us to, as a resource person, what we can do, we can aggregate people who are maybe more than 2,000 crore or 3,000 crore. These institutions I'm talking about, microfinance institutions, and have a webinar along with them, and also giving them understand how to this one. And second thing, I need your support to build up a kind of liaison with your regulation side.
Okay.
We have very good relationship with Reserve Bank of India, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Rural Development. That segment is that, but we don't have your this. What do you call it? This your the other side. We don't have much. So I also build up a liaison with them. I'll be looking forward for your support, primarily for this one. Second thing, you were telling about this risk management and structuring. What is happening in the market, that many of the small MFIs, they are getting money for your PC operation and other stuff, and they're growing big. And one of the major area is your risk management. We have a couple of institutions with whom we do this risk management training and other, but it would be good also if we get you people as well for the risk management
Yes, we'll be
side.
happy.
Yeah, so these are the two areas I mean to start with, and what you require to do is to send us a deck of yours,
Sure.
the capacity and your this experience. If you do that one, then we will keep it. Sangeeta, please keep it for our future reference. One of the areas, Sangeeta, we were discussing about this risk management side, so they can be helpful for us. So it is not only risk management for your NBFCs, it is also risk management from your this NABARD side, those who are into investment in enterprise, in SHGs, all those things. So both of the things we deal with. So we may require your help for that one as well.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. And the third thing, which is also a request to you, which makes our department's life a little bit easier, that you can be our member. So once you are our member, then it would be helpful for us to take you along. Otherwise, our board asks question that why this institution, why not that institution? So these are the two, three things we need to work on. It would be good to get you, maybe, but please send us a day because we need to put
Sure.
it forward. So when we get any partnership, we need to put a date that okay, fine, this partner, this institution has this kind of experience, this kind of potential. So we recommend to take it forward. So it will be helpful for us. But both of the areas, one IPO area is I'm very much interested to have a presentation from your end for our little bit bigger institutions.
Sure. Pleasure.
Anything from your end you want to ask us? And I will tell my colleague Sandeep to send you this our membership Please
Yes,
have
sir.
a look. Huh?
Yeah, I'll be in
Sure.
Many
touch
of
with
the
Mr. Sandeep, which I'm already
yeah.
in touch with Mr. Sandeep and Miss Sangeeta. Okay.
Mm.
I would so first you advise that we become a member and then submit
So
those deck. How do you want to
you send
structure
us
this, sir?
you send us a text. You send us a
Chale.
text, and
Chale.
simultaneously you can work on it. It's not like this that you have to be our member and then only we will start work. No, it is not like that. I mean, simultaneously both can happen because taking membership from your end, it also takes a bit of time. You also need to understand that why is it important to take our membership, everything. I mean, hope you
Perfect.
understand Sadhan.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. In
You
fact,
know Sadhan. Okay.
in fact, I have got a very good reference about you and your organization. So, so that played a very vital role in when I met you. It was more of your operation that pulled us that okay, this can be a platform where it's a two-way exchange where we can also put forward our work that we do to the industry, and this is the core area that we work on. Okay, so in a way we can benefit your members, your institutions a lot on these areas that we spoke about.
We are looking forward for your help for ratification or deeper understanding, especially in the financial thing. We do have a couple of these your chartered accountants who help us to understand, and I will also take help of yours. And it is yes, it is very much two-way process, and we always respect our members for their capacity. And Sadhan is the place for all the institutions who are contributing uh, for the development of the poor people. Thank you very much, Mitul,
One point to
for
them. Yeah,
getting in touch with me. I
yeah.
hope
Thank
our
you, sir.
this Yazo will be fruitful in future. Please
Yes,
send
sir.
me that on that
we,
your
we
take.
we
Huh?
look forward to an active partnership, sir. Thank you, and
Yeah.
thank you for entertaining me, sir, the other day. In fact, thank you for being
Yeah,
here.
thank you very much. One thing that please mark a copy to Sangeeta in all the mails. Huh?
Sure, sir. We'll do that.
Uh,
In the future,
then
we'll
she will
keep in
keep a
touch.
track of everything.
Sure, sir.
Thank you
Thank you, Ms.
very much.
Sangeeta, for
Thank
arranging
you.
this. Thank you. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
thank
Thank
you,
you, sir.
sir.
Sir. Nice talking to you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
brother.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.